All right. So, David, what are we going to talk about today?
I was just wondering, how do you mend a broken heart?
Were you wondering that, or did we get a question from Reddit? Because this Redditor asks, how to fix a broken heart. Hi, do you fix a broken heart after being rejected by a guy you fell hard for? How do you deal with the idea that he is seeing someone else and you're not good enough? Are there any scientifically proven ways to get over that and as fast as possible? I can't take it anymore. Poor Redditor.
Yeah. Well, I'm really sorry to hear that you were rejected by someone and you're telling yourself that you're not good enough, and will you get another guy? Will you be alone forever? And that's the single thing I dealt with most when I was in private practice. 60% of my patients had that problem, being single and not having a loving partner. And how do I get into the dating scene, or how do I deal with rejection? And my book, Intimate Connections, is all about that problem. But your problem is not the fact that this guy rejected you, but the fact that you're rejecting yourself. Because when you're saying, maybe I'm not good enough, that's a pretty cruel thing that you're saying to yourself, and that's the 100% cause of your unhappiness, not the fact that you don't have a partner. And when I was working with people, I told them, I'm an expert in dating. You might not think it, but I do know all the secrets of successful dating. I know how to teach people to become very successful in dating. But I told all my patients, I will not teach you those things until you've overcome your fear of being alone. That's always the first step. And the first part of my book, Intimate Connections, shows you how to do that. And once you can be happy alone, that other people can never have the power to make your life miserable by rejecting you. It's only if you say, I need love, or I need some specific person's love, that you're going to get in trouble.
Yeah. And actually, I just talked to someone this weekend who was struggling with this very problem and got some pretty painful negative thoughts from them. Should we demonstrate a couple techniques with that, or where should we take this?
We have one thought is I'm not good enough. Give me a couple more thoughts from the person.
Well, just quickly, I'll describe the situation, although I'll disguise it quite a bit.
Okay.
Let's imagine it's a gay man named Alex. And Alex, the gay man.
Yeah.
And Alex started dating a guy named Bill. And at first, it just seemed like the most wonderful thing ever. And then he found out that Bill was actually dating someone else. And then after a while, Bill broke up with Alex, and Alex was just totally crushed. And Alex was telling himself, I'll be alone forever. Bill and I had something totally unique that I'll never have again. And I worked so hard for that relationship, and it's unfair that it's ending.
Oh, yeah. It is unfair. You should kill the guy.
We would never recommend violence unless it's something really bad like this.
Yeah. Well, this is so characteristic. People only want what they can't get, and that includes you. We always want what we can't get, and we never want what we can get.
Yeah.
So when you're brokenhearted and saying, I can't be happy without this fellow, he's totally unique, I'll never find someone like that again, I'll never be happy.
Yeah, he's going to be totally disinterested because you're thinking that.
Yeah, absolutely. That forces him to reject you.
Yeah.
Because you're what he can have.
Yeah.
And men only want what they can't have. And so you have to learn how to turn the tables on men who typically aren't terribly bright. So it's pretty easy for women or gay men to learn how to wrap men around your fingers just by following a few fairly simple rules. But a part of it is talking back to these negative thoughts.
Yeah.
And we can practice a technique that I developed called externalization of voices.
Yeah.
That we use in therapy, but can be used
which is like it's the most life-changing technique ever.
Yeah.
In my humble opinion.
And one of us plays the negative part of your brain, and the other plays the positive, loving part of your brain. So we're both the same person.
Right.
So and then say if I start out in the negative role, you can be the positive role, and then I'll attack you with these exact thoughts. And then you see if you can defeat me. And if not, we'll do a role reversal until you win huge.
Great.
So I'll be the negative Jeremy. You can be the positive Jeremy.
Oh, the negative Alex.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alex.
Yeah.
So
the guy who got dumped.
but also the one on Reddit too.
Right. Yes. And whoever the Redditor is,
Yeah.
you're here today with us in spirit.
Yeah. And we'll use all four of those thoughts. I'm not good enough. I'll be alone forever. He was totally unique. I'll never find someone like that again, and it's unfair.
Yeah. Should we do any positive reframing?
Well, we can. Sure. We always start in a real session with empathy, helping the person express their negative feelings and shed their tears and whatever. And show us a little about how we do positive reframing here.
Well, you just ask a really simple question. What does it show about Alex? That's awesome that he's feeling totally brokenhearted after getting dumped by Bill. And a couple of things you can see right away that are kind of obvious is that it shows that he really cares about love and he likes the idea of a life with passion and companionship, and he and he's also noticing how much work he put in for the relationship. He's kind of valuing the hard work he's put in, and those are all kind of awesome things.
Right.
Yeah.
And how about the woman who said, I'm not good enough for this fellow rejected her?
That person, she's got humility. And you're going to say something brilliant now.
High standards that you want to give something the best you have to someone who would love you. It shows humility. It shows high standards, and it shows two other incredible things that Jeremy will now reveal.
Damn it.
You're feeling sad, you're feeling depressed, you're feeling anxious, ashamed, and inadequate.
Well, it could be like a real appreciation for a tough situation. Maybe when you got dumped, you lost the place you were living, and your life's getting reset, and it shows that you're also kind of a way of showing yourself a little compassion, that you have a right to be upset after getting dumped.
Right. What else does I'm not good enough show about you and your core values that's really great?
Ooh, I'm struggling.
Well, does it show that she's blaming him or that?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you're taking accountability for your own mistakes and what you did in the relationship.
And you want to bring your best into any relationship.
Yeah, that's true. That's a great one. Yeah.
And then what's the point of this positive reframing that we're doing?
When you see there's really good things that you wouldn't want to give up about your personality and your outlook and your value system, paradoxically, that makes it easier to challenge the negative thoughts, and you can kind of get on the same page. Instead of saying, "Oh, I want to get rid of this depression entirely," you could say, "Oh, maybe I just want to dial it down from 90 to 20."
What would be an appropriate amount of sadness to feel when you're rejected? Yeah,
like I was just rejected. Maybe I should feel 20% sad for the next week or something, and kind of
exactly. Give yourself permission and be proud of your negative feelings.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And then once you're done with that, you can get to the ass kicking part of it, which we will now demonstrate.
Externalization of voices. So let's call her Alicia.
Alicia. Okay. I'm a positive Alicia.
And I'll be a negative Alicia.
Yeah.
And I'll talk to you like I'm another person, but I'm not. I'm just you talking to you. And of course, being you, I know that you just got dumped by your boyfriend.
Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah, and I wanted to just tell you why that happened, and that's because you're not good enough.
And when you're saying I'm not good enough, is because I come on too strong, and I'm not like, I'm maybe not like I'm not at like Giselle level beauty, and I don't have Beyonce level money. Is that what you mean by not good enough?
Yes, all of that.
Guilty as charged. I have those mistakes and many more.
Oh, so
is that all you meant?
You admit then that you're not good enough and you'll be alone forever.
I admit that I'm not good enough according to whatever weird standard you have, but that doesn't mean I'll be alone forever. 100% of the people in relationships have all kinds of flaws. I'll find someone who appreciates me for me.
Yeah. Okay, now who won?
I think I beat you pretty bad.
So did you win big or huge?
I would imagine huge, but I think it would be fun to see another way to do it, so we can flip it around.
One dimension.
Yeah, great, great. So now I'll be the negative Alicia, and you'll be the positive Alicia. And I heard you just got dumped.
Yeah.
I just wanted to hopefully remind you that happened because you're not good enough and you'll be alone forever.
Oh, no, but I did find out why it happened.
Oh, why did it?
Well, there's two things.
Okay.
Really. The first one is listening to your bullshit, putting me down all the time. As the Buddha so often said in the Tibetan Book of the Dead, shut the F up. I'm sick of your putting me down. I'm going to decide to love myself. But in addition to that, I probably got rejected because I'm letting guys manipulate me, and I'm chasing them and trying too hard to please them. And I think I have some specific things to learn about dating strategies, and so I'm going to go and buy Dr. Burns's book, Intimate Connections. Then I know he'll love me for sure, and learn how to wrap men around my fingers. And those are some simple tools to learn that will be fun to learn, that I need to learn. And I also need to learn how to be happy when I'm alone, so I can love myself, and then I don't need a man to be happy and fulfilled. And when I've got that, then men will have to chase me, and I'll be what they can't have, so I'll be what they want. So that's my answer. And I'll probably never be good enough, but what's good enough for me is learning to tell you to shut the F up. Stop putting me down.
I thought that was pretty darn good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And why?
Well, multiple things. You weren't defensive and trying to say, no, I am good enough because I have my, my beauty is at the 80th percentile, and that makes me deserve love. You know, if it's the 79th, it wouldn't. But but also pointing out that I do have some real things to learn when it comes to how to play the dating game.
Yeah. So there was acceptance, there was self-defense, and then I used a lot of counterattack.
Yeah.
And counterattack is a pretty one of our newer and more advanced techniques, but it means acknowledging that your thoughts are the source of your misery. And that's your thoughts. It's a voice in your brain that's putting you down, and you're putting up with that. You're doing that. That's your doing.
Yeah.
And you can choose to...
And we're blaming you for doing that. No, we're not blaming you for doing that. It's an automatic reaction a lot of us have.
You can choose to stop doing that. You can say, would I say things like that to a dear friend who was rejected or divorced, whose husband left? And the answer is probably no. You'd probably never be mean like that to another person. Well, the secret of self-esteem is don't be mean to yourself like that. Talk to yourself in the same loving, compassionate, and realistic way you would talk to another person. So let's try the Alex one, because these are Bill rejected him, and then he said, I'll be alone forever. So again, I'll be the negative Alex, and you can be the positive Alex. And Alex, I didn't want to hurt your feelings or anything, but the Bill, I understand, rejected you, and of course I know that because I am you, and I just wanted to remind you that this means you're going to be alone forever.
Okay, just stop there because I'm not super sophisticated, but I just want to understand the whole argument here. You're saying that because Bill rejected me, I'm going to be alone forever?
Yeah, there's something about you that makes men reject you. And so all men will reject you, and you'll be alone forever.
Well, I think almost everyone who's in a relationship today was rejected once before. There's maybe a smattering of people who married their first love. It's probably like 0.01% of the population, like 1 in 10,000 people. And I think that it's probably, in fact, you could probably say it the other way. You could say it's a really good thing that I'm getting these rejections out of the way early in life, because now I can learn how to find someone who will treat me better. Bill kind of wasn't super great to me. He had this other secret relationship he didn't tell me about. It was there was some deception and negativity. And now that I've gotten this painful breakup out of the way, maybe I can find someone who actually deserves me.
Yeah. Or who I deserve.
Or who I deserve. Well, yeah, sure.
Yeah. So who won?
I thought I kicked your butt.
Yeah, absolutely. But I know, well, you beat me on that one, positive Alex, but being negative Alex, I just want to remind you that Bill was totally unique. He was just awesome as shit, as Jesus so often said on his Sermon on the Mount.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry to be disrespectful, but that's the way I am, folks. But you'll never find someone like Bill again.
Well, it's true. Everyone I date is totally unique. But and Bill was unique, and he was uniquely shitty in certain ways, starting with this like secret relationship that he didn't even tell me about, and he caused me a lot of pain. It's a lot of pain and a lot of drama for the last couple months with Bill. And I think I'll be good to get this unique person out of my life and find someone who's unique but more enjoyable to spend time with.
Okay, who won?
I beat you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
pretty huge. Yeah.
Huge. Yeah. I often say, hopefully you'll never find someone like Bill again. Okay,
Yeah, if I'm lucky, I will never encounter another Bill.
It's such an odd thing. You go with someone, they make your life miserable and leave you, and then you say, I'll never find someone like that. I've got to find someone like that again. Why would you want to find someone like that again? And then, well, you're beating me so far here.
There's just this last thought. It's really unfair that he dumped me.
Yeah. The fact is that it's really unfair that he dumped you, because you were sincere and genuine and nice.
I know that was my problem. I think. Well, I'm not quite done yet. I think I was I think I've sometimes struggled with self-esteem, and that kind of invites these abusers like Bill around.
Yeah.
And now I've had to put up with this awful situation, but I think now I'm going to work on developing my own self-esteem, so I can feel good without in a relationship, and then people will stop dumping me. But it's not unfair that someone dumps me when I have low self-esteem. It's like a law of the universe.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, awesome. So I hope this was of interest to you. The book is Intimate Connections, and it has a lot of step-by-steps if you'd like to learn these things. I know it's the path less frequently traveled. Most people think, I've just got to find somebody and then I'll be happy. And this is kind of getting out of that system entirely and learning to be in control of yourself and find loving relationships that will really, really work for you. And if you like some of these techniques we're demonstrating in the videos, you might want to check out the Feeling Great app, which shows you how to do these things. There's a little AI chatbot that teaches you these things and role plays just as we're role playing. And there's also a lot of classes and lessons. We're working now, and we're already recording a bunch of videos on singleness and loneliness and dating strategies. So we love these questions. Keep the questions coming, and we love all the Reddit people, and hope you'll connect with us and send us your questions, because we love answering questions and demonstrating these techniques.
And your questions often come from pain and challenges you're experiencing in your life, but if you share them with us, we can hopefully give some hope to you and many other people who are going through the exact same thing. So it's a real gift to us. Yeah,
that's right. And make sure you sign up for our channel. Subscribe, I think it's called. It's free. And then, I'm so low tech, I don't even have a cell phone. But don't tell anyone that, because it sounds so ridiculous. But I don't have a cell phone?
Why?
I don't want any more phone calls. But what I was going to say is, I think you can give a thumbs up or a like or something like that, or write a comment if you think what we're saying is helpful. We love that. We get a lot of praise on these videos. We love praise. We're doing this for free, and we're doing this to help, but we also benefit tremendously. We learn from your criticism, and when we're going off the deep end or something of that type. So thank you so much.